Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Peace to all the people of Israel. Peace to all of the believers. Peace to all of the saints. Peace to all of those who have joined themselves to a more excellent way through Messiah. Ain't no other way. Ain't no other way.
Amen.
I know people believe it, right? You got Oprah years ago said there's a zillion ways to get to whatever you call God. I'll tell you what, Oprah got to see them eyes, don't she? She got to see them eyes. It's going to be red like fire. She got to explain on why you said this to 1 million plus people. Anyway, but peace to all the tribes of Israel, as we always say. Peace to all those who have joined themselves to a more better way of living through the Messiah by the power of his Ruach, the power of his Spirit, as Shaul says to the Yahudim, first into the nations. Okay, I want to include everybody because this word is for everybody, but Yah is about his order. Yah is about his order. But last but not least, those who are heartbroken, those who are lost, those who are incarcerated physically, spiritually, mentally, this word is for you. You're stuck in a pit. You're stuck in the hole. You can't get out. This word is for you. To those that are stuck in prostitution, or those that are stuck in deep drugs, hardened drug game. This word is for you if you want out.
Hallelujah.
If you want out. Right, so we got to be that light. So when people see us, man, there is a way for me.
Yeah.
If we walk around with our head down, my shoulders slunched over, then I'm not shining nothing but an extra shadow.
Yeah.
Folks got no problems. They need to see light. So we have to be that little small temples he was talking about in Torah class today, shining that light. But this word is for you. That's what the book talks about, those that have had their spirits crushed. That's who y'all looking for. John 4 and 23 through 24 right quick, brother.
John 24, 23.
John 4, 23 through 24. John 4th chapter. We got to be reminded every Shabbat on who and what Yah's looking for. You go on a job or something and you kind of jump and you say, hey, what is so-and-so looking for? Well, we on a job. We got things we got to do. We got to know what it is that the big boss wants. But what is he looking for? Who is he going to hire? Who he going to put on the staff? Who going to get a pay raise? So the book going to tell us. Go ahead, brother, read.
But the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father.
So first you need to be a worshiper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. You can't do nothing when I was growing up, you can't do nothing being a knot on a log. So you got to be a worshiper. Go ahead.
Shall worship the Father in spirit and truth.
So you got to have a ruach, and you got to have his word. Can't split it in half. This ain't like them sandwiches you used to make and cut them at an angle. I mean, one now say one thing. You got to eat the whole thing. Who got their picnic ready? That's what y'all, who's prepared and ready? Go ahead, brother.
For the Father also does seek such to worship him.
Who looking for that?
The Father.
So the one with the final say-so, that's what he's looking for. Go ahead.
Elohim is spirit, and those who worship him need to worship in spirit and truth.
Is it a requirement?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a suggestion?
No.
Do I have an option?
No. I mean, you do.
Well, what does the sister say in Torah class? What she say? What you say in Torah class? So that wasn't a suggestion. Right. Something that you need to do. I must do this.
Right.
That's what you're looking for. So when somebody tell you opposite of that, you know they're a liar. Ain't nothing wrong with you saying this is fact. Yeah. What did he say again?
He is a spirit, and those who worship him need. Mine says need.
So if you tell me different, then you a liar.
That's right.
Thank you. All right, so this is part 2. We did part 1 last week. This is part 2. It was Happy Birthday, America. That's what it was. It was Happy Birthday, America last week. All right, Happy Birthday. It's Independence Day. It's part 2. I had to put 2 on there. Independence Day, part 2. National pride equals Yah's wrath. Okay, we're into a unique time in the country that we live in. Sometimes I know we like to talk about other things that are going on in the world, but in reality, ain't nothing we can do about other places. So I know we like to look at things that are going on in Sudan, things going on in Venezuela, things going on in Iran. That stuff is important. But then again, I don't live there. I live right here. This is where my head lay. This is where my feet at. So I have to be concerned with where I am right now. So when we look at the country that we are in, we're in a unique time. There's been a rise in nationalism or patriotism. And there's nothing wrong with, with how you feel about where you live. The question is, does it supersede the requirements of these scriptures? Especially if you claim them.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, is when you claim the word, well then, that can't supersede the word. Because you have taken yourself and you put yourself in a position to where you can be judged by the word. Right? I can get blessed by the word. If I can get blessed by the word, that means I can get cursed by the word.
Yeah.
If I can get lifted up by the word, I can get sat down by the word. If the word can bring life, then if I go contrary, then the word can bring death. It's not complicated. So we're in a unique time in the country that we live in. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. But national pride equals Yah's wrath. In Hosea, in the Tanakh, or in our Old Testament, Hosea 5:5. But the pride of Israel shall testify to his face, and Israel and Ephraim shall stumble in their iniquity. Judah also shall stumble with them. So when we read this, we look at this in Hosea or Hosea in the 5th chapter in the 5th verse. If you look at Israel or Ephraim, where we're talking about who? The 10 northern tribes. Okay? Even though they are, they've gone, the kings are doing their own thing, they're doing their own thing, Yah still claiming them, right? Because there's a mark on them. Now when we look at the people of Yehuda, the people of Judah, Judah also falls in this category, okay? Because Judah is supposed to be this nation, that southern kingdom that kind of kept things rolling, kept the commandments. They had righteous kings, but they had times where Judah was kind of up and down, right? So, but point being that once you say, I do. Once you say I do, you're attached. Thank you, sir. In my mind, I was like, man, I don't get that. Let me get that. My brother, my young son, the scriptures, he came through. So it's when you say I do, ain't no turning back. Had a lovely wedding last week or earlier this week. When you say I do, ain't no getting up out of there. So when they come looking for me, we're going to have to make that thing work. So this nation that said, I do, you got to make it work. You know what the problem is, though? You in so love with your country,
yeah,
and you so blind, you ain't repenting on nothing. You right. It's just like with a relationship with somebody. I ain't swear I got to say I'm sorry for when I'm right. Well, I got to say I'm sorry for and I'm right. So we're looking at the country we live in, and this is the energy that's being portrayed. So we're going to look at what Yah did and said to Israel, Judah, and other nations about their pride, about your arrogance, and what Yah feels about that. Not just from an individual, but from a nation. The entire nation, starting with your king. We'll see what this book says. So the pride of Israel shall testify to his face, and Israel and Ephraim shall stumble in their iniquity. Yehuda also shall stumble with them. So I got words highlighted for us. Yellow, we have pride, gaon, stumble. We have stumble here. Can y'all see my little arrow? Stumble here in green is your kashal. Iniquity is avon, but because it's in the structure of the sentence, is ba'avonam in the structure of the sentence. Okay. So we're gonna look at I got the vocabulary here for you. So pride is gaon. It's a noun describing somebody. Okay. If you ever say, man, someone's so prideful, or someone's so arrogant, so it's describing somebody, and it means exaltation, majesty, pride, or arrogance. Okay. We have stumble as kashal as a verb. It means to totter, stagger. Excuse my spelling. Feeble in the legs and or ankles. So you're going to be. So when Yah say, "I'm gonna make you stumble," He ain't saying hit you upside down. There's some pastors who say, "I'm gonna hit you upside your head now," but He said, and for this word kashal, it means to be feeble in the legs or the ankles. Not your head, not your back, but the legs and the ankles. And then iniquity is avon, perversity, depravity. The literal punishment in its distribution. Okay, so we talk about the iniquity of the fathers, right? We're talking about the punishment, right? The punishment, it has been acquired, and then, mama said, hey, I'm about to go do this. I see you on the phone with that little girl, that's fine. When I get back, dishes done. Dishes done, kitchen clean. And I hear that Monte Carlo pull up. The strong motor. Oh man, jumping off the phone, running in the kitchen, trying to do stuff, wild hot stuff. Mama come in. What you washing dishes now for? We're gone for 2 hours, right? The punishment comes. So the iniquity is that now it's payday. It's payday. Okay. So that's the vocabulary. We're going to look at these closely. So let's look at Exodus 15 and 7. So the first time this word gaon is used in your text. Okay. Even when we look at when a Hebrew word is used, it's important. When it's used, the first time it's used, it's very important. So Exodus 15 and 7. You should be familiar with this chapter. This is the what chapter? Song of Moses chapter, right? So in Exodus 15 and 7, it reads, "And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sendest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. In the greatness of thine excellency." So the first time this word is used, gaon, it's used to describe who? The Most High. Okay? That's pretty powerful, right? The first time it's used in Hebrew, it is used to describe Yah. The greatness of His excellency. You have overthrown them. You smashed. It was a blowout. It was a showcase. Let's look at the second time it's used, Leviticus 26. We're familiar with that chapter. That's one of them uh-oh chapters, ain't it? Leviticus 26, Deuteronomy 28 will be the uh-oh chapters. Uh-oh. So Leviticus 26, verse 19. And it reads, "And I will break the gaon, pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as brass." So the first time this word is used is describing the power, the excellency of Yah. The greatness, the way He came, and the mighty wonders, and He split the sea, and hail falling, and darkness. All of it. And the next time it's used to describe how Yah is describing the people or the nation. It says, "I will break the pride of your power." So the first time it's used is describing Yah. Like, no, there's no, I didn't put the verse up here for you because I didn't want to blow your head up. Okay? But the first time it's used, spelled the same way. Second time it's used, it's spelled the exact same way. But now we ain't talking about Yah, now we're talking about people. Mm-hmm. So the way the writers describe Yah and his power and excellency is the same way. He's like, I'm going to break the pride of your power. Because you think you're a creator. Mm. You think you can go do something. You think you can go get and take what you want. I think we heard that during the campaign. They said, I'm going to go take the oil. I go take it. I heard that before. It's called Big Bank, Take Little Bank. Just go to my cousin's house. Get to spend the night. Mommy give me about $20, $25. Get around your cousin, be like, playing games and all kinds of stuff. So I'm play big bank. Big bank, y'all got some money in my pocket. I'm gonna come up today. He got $34. I thought where you get that money from? Big bank, I lost my money. So the pride of the power, I'll break the pride of your power, make your heaven as iron, your earth as brass. We're going to come back to that. All right, we're going to look at stumble. Is in green, kashal. Okay, let's turn to 2 Chronicles 28 and 15. 2 Chronicles 28 and 15. So this word is kashal. Remember, it means to make feeble in the legs or the ankles. To stagger, like not just like somebody hit you in the head, but your legs and your ankles is weak. I ain't talking about that Bell Biv DeVoe song, getting weak in the knees. I'm talking about you stumbling, like y'all gonna make you stumble in the ankles and your knees. Okay, 2 Chronicles 28 and 15 it reads, and the men which were expressed by name rose up and took the captives with the spoil, clothed all that were naked among them, and arrayed them, and shod them, and gave them to eat and to drink, and anointed them, and carried all the feeble of them upon asses. So kashal that you can't even walk. And brought them to Jericho, the city of palm trees, to the brethren. Then they returned to Samaria. So that's just an example of that word being used in the text. When we see it in this passage. So, but the pride, so the exaltation, the majesty of Israel shall testify to his face. Your pride, your arrogance is going to testify to your face. And Israel and Ephraim shall stumble to where somebody got to carry you out. I used to be a party person. Hard ticket, rough. She know. I done been places. I've had teammates and guys that are so intoxicated, you got to carry them out. Can't walk. We laugh about it. It's funny. It ain't funny now. Because I get it. When I see that, I get it. I can see the picture. They're going to stumble in their iniquity. So we see, when he say pride in English, we get a better understanding of how Yah, his excellency, then you got people trying to be his excellency to his face. Stumble, you got to be carried out of here, bro. You're so weak in your legs and ankles you can't walk. You got to put you across the ass, carry you up out of here. Look at iniquity. Iniquity is a masculine noun. Perversity, depravity, the literal punishment in its distribution. So I think I kind of touched on it already about the literal punishment coming. Okay, the actual, hey, mama said do this, I ain't do it. She came home, she got it. Real simple. Ain't nothing to talk about. Okay, right. That's why. So sometimes we get words like sin, transgression, and iniquity. We kind of roll them off one and really they're not. Right? Transgression means you crossed the line. Right? You broke Torah. When you break Torah, sin is your mark. It marks you. Right? The New Testament calls it what? Spots, blemishes. And then the iniquity is actual macaw. That's the so for me, the fact that I did not get the dishes done, right, was the transgression. Mama come in, she sees the kitchen dirty and I'm trying to wash dishes, that's the sin. That's the mark. And the iniquity was the hand going back to West Africa. We get it now? We get it? So sin or transgression, sin, iniquity. Different, but sometimes we kind of mumble them all up. But they are all unique in this. So pride. Okay, gaon, the masculine noun, and on this side, we were looking at it in the paleo earlier today. And if you look at the root word, ga'a, I mean, they're literally spelled the same except for one thing, right? What's this right here? My people that should know.
Oh.
That right there, or that right there.
Oh, God.
Okay. Now, what number is that numerically?
6.
6. What day was man created on? 6th day. So now we see in this power, this excellency, this majesty, the only difference is man. Man's way, right? When we see the Gimel, right, in our paleo, I know we haven't been on paleo here in a while. I'm sorry, but what our Gimel, it means going, right? Going, like direction, going somewhere. We see the olive, we already know, the big fella, power, big fella. Okay? So we see it in the root word, right? We have the hands up, right? Bringing life or praising, worshiping. But the only difference is that when we get over here, we add it's that man aspect. We get in the way. So that's why it's such a travesty when Yah says, I'm going to judge you, or iniquity has fallen on you because of pride. We just understand that how massive pride means in the Bible. We'll look at it biblically. Okay, right. So this is where we are today. Okay. 1 Timothy, 3rd chapter. And if you're watching this, look. I am not look. You'll see as we go through. I smash both sides. I don't care. That doesn't make me no different whatsoever. Okay, I don't be caring about all that because I understand the inner game. Okay, we see these presidents, these folks are puppets. An agenda ain't got nothing to do with making your life better. I'll tell y'all First Timothy, 3rd chapter. Yeah, 1 Timothy 3 and 5. 1 Timothy 3 and 5. And it reads, for if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of Elohim? Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without least. He fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. Okay? So, arrogancy, pride, is like a booby trap. And once we have gotten so far out of Yah's will, especially a nation, he'll let you do or be however you want to be. And then you fall into the hands of the ugly one. Because the ugly one just look, that's the biggest pimp of all time. There's your pimp. I don't care about I don't forgot their names. Let me know how far removed. I don't forgot their names. All them pimps on them pimp show, and they ain't got nothing on Hasatan. Right. He a player. He played kings, nations, people, husbands, wives. He be going in. So Yah will allow you to fall into his trap. Okay, so it started off with if a man don't know how to rule his own house. So we have people who can't really even rule their own house. No, not just in places like in church leadership, but like in national government leaders. Not just the guy we got up here now. Okay? So, but point being is that not a novice is to be lifted up with pride, he fall into condemnation of the devil. So this is a setup, in other words. Psalms 119. 119 and 21. Psalms 119 and 21. And it reads, Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed. Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed. Why? Which do err from thy commandments. So that's, once again, America, this is for you. You said, I do. You based your Constitution, your Bill of Rights, freedom, liberty, justice for all. You use these scriptures. Happy birthday, America. We still celebrate. This is for you. Look at this little scripture again. Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from thy commandments. So when you veer off from doing what the words say, you become cursed. Not just individual, but Hosea 5:5 was clear that Israel or Ephraim and Judah, that your pride is going to testify to your face. Everything you've said, you've done, it's going to come right back to you. The ultimate pie in the face, but ain't going to be no pie. So you know when Most High get mad, he'll feed you some feces cake real quick. As we told one of his prophets, he said, man, eat that. He said, whoa, Father. I know you're upset, Lord, but look, I can't do that. Like, yeah, you're right. So, I think the second was what? Stumble, right? Stumble. He said, I'm going to make you weak. Kashar, I'm going to make you weak in the what? Knees and what? Ankles. I'm slow. What happened on America's birthday? What happened? Oh, yeah. I'm going to cause you to stumble. I was in an earthquake one time. I lived in California for 2 years. I lived way up in Humboldt County, way up in the way north part, like 3 hours from Oregon. And I was in an earthquake one time. I slept right through it. Just let you know, I'm from here. I ain't from out there. Woke up, folks up under the door frame. I'm like, what y'all doing? It's an earthquake. I was sleeping good. Most of them take me away in peace then. If that's the case, take me away in peace. Even though I wasn't living peaceful. I was living ratchet. But anyway, so when we look at this, the last 30 days, there have been 25 earthquakes at 5.5 or stronger all over the world. The last 30 days. 25 earthquakes, 5.5 or stronger. Y'all say I'm going to kashal Israel and Judah. Make you weak where you can't even walk. Now, I can only imagine, we used to do this thing at one school where if you want to know what an earthquake is like, we had our long tables, okay? And if everybody held up the table, now I probably couldn't be on the table because I'm too heavy. My brother back there. But we had Shadrick. We had him on the table. And everybody in here had a part of the table who was shaking the table. And Shadrick, it was $1,000 if you get from one end to the other end, but you can't fall. Could he make it? And that's just, 10, 12 people shaking the table as hard as fast as we can. And he can't walk. Can you imagine Mr. Yahuwah shaking the foundation of the earth? But he says, I'm going to testify to your face now. Because your pride. Your national pride.
Yep.
Your national pride now. I got to come holler at you. I got to come see you. So if Israel and Judah, if people are scattered, real quick, hold, I'm going to wait. I'm going to save it for later. Save it for later. Stick to the script. Estimated combined seismic energy released. I don't know what these numbers mean, but they look pretty good. 1,384, I think it's probably a giveaway, I don't know. Anyway, that is 6 tons of TNT or 74.4 atomic bombs equivalent. So when these earthquakes happen, energy is released in the earth. So there was those last 30 days, 25 earthquakes. There has been 74.4 atomic bomb energy released. 74.4 atomic bombs. Remember, they just dropped 2. Remember, America dropped 1 on Nagasaki and 1 on Hiroshima. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't the book say, because of your pride and your arrogancy, and I'm going to testify to your face. Right, you like drop bombs on people, huh? You like drop nukes on people, huh? Happy birthday, America. This is for you. The earthquakes, 5.5 or greater than the last 25, they equated to 74.4 atomic bombs. I did the last 30 days.
How many?
30, I'm sorry. The last 30 days, it's been 25 over the whole world. Over the whole world.
Okay.
So not just here. And it's big as I get it, 74.4 atomic bombs. So the energy released has been of like 74, close to 75 atomic bombs dropped. What we said, the adversary going to fight with the laws of man, but Yah, he can use the elements. He can use the elements. Since the past 30 days, the earthquakes and the magnitude. I like this website. I found this. We probably need to follow this. They do volcanoes. The volcanoes been shouting out too. It ain't just been the earthquakes. Don't be talking about the volcanoes going off too. I wonder what's being released. Are there Bible verses about things being released from the earth? Things that have been incarcerated? It is, ain't it? We not talked about the Euphrates River. About one of the things in Revelation about it. One, it being dry, and the second thing was what? About some bad mamma jammas being let out. They ain't coming out. Say, hey, how you doing? Let me help you. Get some gas. They don't want to borrow no sugar now. With the earth and with just things being so wicked and evil, that allows darkness to thrive. My kids watching little VeggieTales cartoons, and there was one of them where Junior Asparagus was, just doing some knucklehead little boy stuff. He kept getting in trouble. And he ran up on this little alien friend who he thought was a friend, but really wasn't a friend. But the point is, every time Junior lied, the little alien thing got bigger and bigger. So the little alien thing was telling Junior to keep on lying and, hey, just say this and say that. And, about 15 minutes later, Junior like, whoa, man, look how big you are. And then by the end of the show, this thing, because of the lies that Junior had told, was so big. Larry Boy couldn't do nothing with it. It was so big. So even Larry Boy, he the hero. He couldn't do nothing with it. So Junior had to tell the truth. That's a cartoon for kids now. I wonder if America told the truth, what would happen? I wonder if y'all would pull that screen where it had that hammer. I wonder if you pull that hammer back. If America told the truth. Happy birthday, America. This is for you. I know it's past your birthday. We still don't keep the party rolling. People got to get saved. Folks need to be saved now. Now, look, the book clear. Look, you got to endure to the end now. This is about to get rough, raw, and rugged. R cubed. The third one from that Hosea 5:5 was iniquity, right? It says you are blood. Like that's my wife. That's administration. It's what teachers be doing. Like bend over. Tear that behind up. I used to get a lot of paddling. I'd rather get a paddling by a teacher to go home. Who gonna call? No. Don't call. Hey, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Don't paddle me. I ain't going. I'm not dealing with my mama. Them furious hands. She come with them E Honda hands holding the belt. No. I take these licks. ISS, whatever you want to do. Please don't kick me off the bus. And please don't kick me out of school. Whatever you want to do to me, you do. Do not send me home to my mom. No. So iniquity. So the punishment America, this is for you. There's one aspect. Folks are just free as free and be whatever they want to be. You better not say nothing about it. No, when this brother was elected, Obama was probably the first president that really brought like technology. When he was running, the first guy to use like the internet. Whatever was hot, it was MySpace, Facebook, whatever. He was the first one to do it. He was also the first drone guy. Like they don't tie Obama like Clinton and Bush to wars, because Obama was smooth, sharp brother, smooth operator. I'm just going to drone him to death. He was known as one of the drone presidents, the first one. But he also opened the door up for the LGBTQ community. Wide. So wide. It's just about change. Wasn't that one of the slogans? Change. 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 The thing is, like, man, what am I changing to? Like, what are you changing me to? You change, you can be whatever you want to be, baby. And make America gay again. Door wide open. Oh, that was this year. Don't worry about it. Some stuff I can't even copy and post because it's just too obscene. I can't even, I can't even put it. I'm eventually going to stop doing this because there ain't going to be nothing decent. If I can call this decent. Look, now the beautiful, they got their shades on. Folks on the sideline, they might even be gay. They don't care. They're like, hey, just whatever. Lord have mercy, right? Gay's a new black. We've talked about this before. We've equated gay rights to civil rights. We've now made being gay law. Like you're protected by some laws now. Uh-oh. This is where the king, the laws,
Yep.
Yeah. The king said it. Sometimes it ain't as much as the people, but the king. I know it's presidents, but we're going to keep it about the scriptures. The king. But the king said, you live here. One day that hammer got dropped now. That's the iniquity part. Because he said the iniquity will testify to their face. So if you said that to Israel and Judah, and I mean the Assyrians, the Assyrians came in and waxed. And the Assyrians are like, they're not nice guys. They're like cruel. The Babylonians come in. They're heartless. I mean, I'm not just fighting your military. Like I'm getting, my elders, babies, women, awful. And y'all said, go be my servant. So if he did that to Israel / Ephraim and Yehuda, oh, America. Whoo, he got something in that pot that's cooking. You ever had somebody cook some good greens and they got that top on there? That stuff that's sticking the bubble in that pot. You got something cooking. You can smell it. You ain't walked in the house yet. You can smell it. That's when you know somebody can cook. You ain't walked in, I can smell it. That's what y'all doing. When he be shaking the earth like that, would you see random articles of birds dropping out the sky dead? He cooking. He trying to warn people. But when you so proud, your head so up here, happy birthday, America. This is for you. I just like saying that. 2 Timothy. It's got in my head. I just can't get it out now. I know we passed 2004. We got a good ring to it. We'll mess around and be in the fall. I still be happy birthday, America. I had been hearing the song. 2 Timothy 3:1. 2 Timothy 3:1 in the book, and it reads, This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. covetous, boasters, proud in the last time, blasphemers, woo. Disobedient to parents. Now we're talking about our youth. Unthankful, unholy. Here's a big one. Without natural affection. You know, things like, well, I was born that way. So the Creator messed up? It's Yah's fault. Truth breakers. False accusers. Incontent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Real quick, Chad, give me Isaiah 5 and 20. Really quick. Y'all just hold y'all spot in 2 Timothy. Despisers of those that are good. So it is wrong to do the right. It's wrong to have morals. It's wrong. It's wrong. Go ahead, brother.
Woe unto them that call evil good.
He said, what was the first thing he said?
Woe unto them that call evil good. And good evil.
What?
That put darkness for light.
Wow.
And light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet. And sweet for bitter.
Have mercy. So, y'all's like, whoa. I ain't talking about Black Rob, that song back in the 90s. Whoa, I ain't talking about Black Rob now. He like, whoa. You go there, I'm after to hurt you. Now, I think we used the word kill last week, but there were some things, and we're gonna review that again. Like, I gotta get you. Ain't no other way to put it. Back in 2 Timothy, despisers of those that are good. So in the end, people are going to hate you for DTRT, doing the right thing. Don't do the right thing.
Despised and rejected.
Traitors. Look, everybody keeps Shabbat. I don't care if you're Messianic, Israelite, Adventist, whatever. You want to see some traitors? Wait till the Sundayism rise up. And you're sitting there holding the same book. Because see, a traitor ain't somebody that's already against you. A traitor got to be somebody who's kind of somewhat with you. We'll see. High-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Elohim. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Elohim. I got to feel my flesh. Right? I love other things more than I actually love God. Yeah. I think this chapter starts off in the end times, right? In the last days. Having a form of godliness. I know I forgot to put on here. How many of you saw your boy TD Jakes the other day? Remember what he said? What he said about I can't even watch all of it, but about LGBT, that community.
Yeah.
That God, it's all right.
He can't do it.
It's okay. What the book say? Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. The book said, from such turn away. Run, flee. It's kind of like last week in that Torah content when there was Korah and them. And Moses was like, hey, you gonna get the innocent too? He said, you better go to that man's tent. Say, hey, get away from him, get away from his tent, get away from his stuff. You don't want to be destroyed. Book said, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Sounds like today. It's almost like you're reading it like, wow, that sounds like today. And they wrote that with urgency to the brethren to get ready. Mashiach is coming, like now. That was 2,000 years ago. So, with all these things we're talking about, just these few little topics, because of the power of the internet and technology, you can reach globally as way over billions of people now. It's another hot topic. Trafficking to the U.S. Human trafficking. Sex slaves. Children. Women. Young girls. between 14,500 to 17,500 human beings trafficked into the U.S. annually. So that number is probably larger. It's probably larger. Kind of like with the slave trade, they had the certain numbers, probably larger. I wonder, so when we talk about the iniquity, the pride, because I thought, didn't we start off with Make America Great Again? Well, how? Gays everywhere. You better not say nothing about it. Human trafficking. I don't know nothing about it. That's what your leaders say. I don't know nothing about it. This is lately. Warships in the Persian Gulf. We ain't over there asking about no sugar. I know that much. We're spread out everywhere. Military. Got bases everywhere. We ain't doing it to keep people safe. That's what we make it sound like. We Captain America, G.I. Joe and all that. Right. No, you an invader. You a liar. And you a murderer. It's a good one. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. You know, the global economy has a lot to do with the American dollar. Oh, baby. Get us some ice. All right, get us some ice. I've done that before. Brother, give me Leviticus 19:36. You give me Micah 6:11.
Leviticus 19:36.
Leviticus 19:36. Brother, you give me Micah 6:11. Let's see what the Most High say about some stuff.
Repeat those, please.
Leviticus 19:36. And then our second brother, he's going to read Micah 6:11.
Have right scales.
Have what?
Right scales. Right weights. A right ephah and a right hin. I am Yah, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Israel.
So he wants proper balance when it comes to dealing with money. Okay? So if I give you a certain amount of currency, it should be exactly what it is, whatever I'm paying for. I don't want no credit. I shouldn't be in debt. That's not right. Go ahead, Brother Reed.
Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances?
Should he do what?
Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances?
Shall he count them pure with a wicked balance? Go ahead.
And with the bag of deceitful weights?
With a bag of deceitful weights. Uh-oh. Wow. Most I don't like that, dude. So the money funny. You going around and you a bully. You got sweetness all over this place. And it's part of the law. You kidnapping kids, raping babies, doing all kind of stuff. And read that again, brother.
Shall I count them pure?
Shall he count them pure? So now, even though the visual is money, when he's talking about pure, he's talking about you, talking about your heart. Go ahead.
Shall I count them pure with wicked balances?
With a wicked balance. So how's y'all gonna? How can he justify that? And remember, you live here. That's the big thing, that you live here. So we was, I think somebody had read a strong verse. I think it was the young brother who was talking about pouring out. That's how we're going to have to be. Because when he starts to do what he do, we got to make sure that we're in a walk with him, that no matter what I do, you're in Goshen. It's dark everywhere else. You got light. Fire and hell rain down. You got green grass. So the relationship is going to have to be so tight that when he begins to judge, when the iniquity comes down, the actual punishment, the whooping, they ain't got nothing to do with you. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Because you've been judged, and his balances are good, they straight. But you can't be shiesty and trifling and petty and full of mess when he starts to deal with the place we live in. He's going to throw you in there too. Amen. Let's turn to Genesis 19. and I just picked like 4 things. There's so many things we could pull out and talk about what's going on with this place. You know. And it is the point, but it ain't the point. Ain't trying to just bash America, even though America's worthy of being bashed. But the point is it's the pride of the country that Yah's like, okay. You know, I ain't touch on abortion, which is number child sacrifice. I ain't touch on that. And then you pay for other countries to do it. And then it's the so-called blacks that's leading in it. I'll tell y'all Genesis 19. Okay, Genesis 19:1. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. This is what I'm talking about, the walk. That when Yah begins to pour out the iniquity, we got to see his workers. We got to be able to see. We got to be able to hear. We got to have eyes to see, ears to hear, a heart and mind of understanding. Lot had that. Lot saw him, he knew. He ran straight over there and bowed his face toward the ground. Well, we know. Verse 2, he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night. Wash your feet, you shall rise up early, go on your ways. And they said, nay, we will abide in the street all night. He pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, entered into his house, and he made them a feast. He did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young, and all the people from every quarter. So we're looking at Sodom as a nation. We just have national chaos, national free for all. Did y'all know that in Israel, Tel Aviv is the probably gay capital of the world? I'm sure some of our cities are probably second and third. Gay capital of the world. They gay parades. They gay beaches. Have mercy. So we can understand what's going on in Sodom because we just, had the pictures and the parade and stuff that goes on in New York and different places and Tel Aviv. So we kind of get ideas. So it's the entire nation. The entire nation. Let's keep reading. And they called him to Lot and said to him, where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. And just straight to the point. Mm-hmm. And Lot went out the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. They said, stand back. They said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Okay, stop right there. Strong statement they said about Lot. They said, this man came into sojourn among us. We've been letting you make it. Now, all of a sudden, you're a judge now. How do we mingle into this country, this nation, in the wickedness that is going? And we're not a part of it. So we got to be like Lot right here. They've been doing what they've been doing. But the economy booming. It's good business. I can invest in this and I can jump in the stock market. I can go and get a license and start my own business. I can go and get my degrees and I can go and I can move in and I can economically and financially strive. This wicked and chaos is like hell on earth. They said stand back, and they said again, this one fellow came to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. So they've never really got on a lot like that. I guess Abraham knew, huh? Chapters already know, hey, if there was 100, will you spare them? 75, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 1. You say, yeah, I will. For everything written aforetime is written for your learning. The comfort and patience of the scriptures we might have hope. So if we hang in there, we all right. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. So they were going to break the door to go get these men and rape them. You know, I saw a movie that was kind of crazy. Well, I didn't really see it. The Purge. You know, where there's like no rules and no law, and you got 24 hours to do whatever you want to do. Oh, interesting. It's almost like they're trying to make our society like that. Like they're trying to program the society to where the people, their consciousness is so low that they'll do whatever they want to do. You know, like Aleister Crowley, Do As Thou Wilt. Stuff Jay-Z and a bunch of these hip-hop knucklehead losers do. Promote that. Verse 10, but the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and to shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. So this is the point of having that relationship, because Lot ain't got no sword. Lot don't have a gun. Lot ain't got, I got both. He ain't got no bow staff. Lot ain't got nothing. But all he has is the protection or the company of the whole city trying to kick his door down. And the men of Elohim pulled him in and blinded him. So the ones who got blinded was like, I can't see. You know what folks did? They got away from Lot's door. This is why this fight is spiritual, not physical. There's going to be some knucklehead camps and congregations and groups of people out there fighting. Y'all said, I fight for you. Did we read that? Who read that? Did we read that today? About folks, it's time to go out to God. It's about to go out to fight. They had no swords, did they? They didn't need none. What is a sword or a gun going to do if you got Yahuwah in front of you? Wasn't there a passage where the young men were scared? And not Elijah, but Elisha said, if they would just open up their eyes, they may see. And then they look, and it's just chariots of fire and angels and just cheer. It's like, let's go. Let's go. So would that not be, I guess, in such a time like this? In a perilous time in the end? Well, then wouldn't it be like that for us? Whatsoever things are written aforetime is for your learning. Through the comfort and patience of these scriptures, you might have hope. But the thing is, sometimes we let go of the scriptures. We let go of the scriptures. Pressure kick in. Pressure busts a pipe. Or pressure make a diamond. One of the two. One of the two. It's going to bust a pipe or it's going to make a diamond. Where am I at? 12. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yah, and Yah sent to destroy it. Now we're starting to cook. So remember in Hosea, Israel, Ephraim, and Judah, your pride. I'm going to make you stumble. Before I make you stumble, I'm just going to testify to your face. So Yah keep, I don't care about no Santa Claus checklist. Y'all got a checklist. And he says the cry's greatness come before him. You got a lot of stuff to do. He's like, okay, well, we'll give them some time, because I would hope that you repent before I sin. Before I send down, I hope you repent. Verse 14, and Lot went out and spake to his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, or they were betrothed. And he said, get you up out of this place, for Yah will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked to his son-in-laws. When the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. I had to go through all that just to get to that verse right there. We could have got to that verse, but I wanted to set it up for you. So remember what Yah said in Hosea 5:5 about the iniquity of Israel and Yehudah, and how you're going to stumble. It's going to be brought to your face. So the iniquity, the whooping, the punishment. So look what it says again in 15. And when the morning arose, and then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. That's what that means. We get that? So when he says about the iniquity of Israel, Ephraim, and Yehuda to your face, that's bad. We just went through a small checklist of the country that we live in. It's going to be brought back to the face. That's it. We're going to move on. I just want to get to that. We had to go through all that to get to that. But some of that ain't nothing to say. He's like, have mercy to your face. I'm bringing the FedEx delivery to your front door. What's that called? Amazon Prime. You order, it's here tomorrow. That's how y'all is. I'll be here at sunrise. Don't know when that last night is. Don't know when the iniquity of the city, when that time comes. I mean, he did what it was about. It was about what? After the fall feast, where we had that first solar eclipse come through. Right? Remember, it came through and covered half and went from Washington, state of Washington, all the way, made a big old X. And notice another one. It's coming the other way. In 2024. Oh, wait a minute, it's like 5 years. I'll just be, what will I be? 44? 43. I'm 38. No, you're trying to make me old. You're always trying to do stuff. 38. Run that game on me. Anyway, so in about 5 years, there's going to be another sign in the heaven come across this country. It's going to make like a big old X on America. You know what I learned when I was a kid? Man, X marked the what? Spot. And this ain't wasn't no cartoon. This is in the heaven. The signs. And we come in and know, man, the Illuminati, they can control that too. Now hush your mouth. Y'all put it real plain, real simple. Big old X over this place. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in 2024? Very possible Trump might win again. Highly possible. Highly possible. I ain't looking over nothing. I just looked at Democrats, had like 55 people up there. I'm like, whoa, they serious. They like, this man a fight. There's like 55 people up there. I was like, whoa. That's right, get them out. But look here, if it's y'all will, it ain't gonna be. I know that much. Y'all said, America, hear your champion. Hear your champion. You get what you asked for. He gonna do exactly as I've planned. Take your champion to the last drop. Happy birthday, America. This is for you. All right, really quick, Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16. That's why I think, we can't get wrapped up into the political gander game. It's two wings on the same bird. It's two wings, left wing, right wing. They're on the same bird. That's right. Got the same, same wings, same beak, same eyes, same speech. Okay. Proverbs 16 and 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserves his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. In other words, I got to let you rise up. I want you to get high. I want you to build. I want you to grow higher, 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 higher. So that fall. So that fall. Get big, yes. I give you away. Yes, you got it. Then all of a sudden, the fall. That's what Yah said with some nations, they'll never rise again.
Yes.
1 Peter 5:5. First Peter 5:5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility.
Yes.
We have to be dressed in humbleness. For Elohim resists the proud
Yes.
and gives grace to the humble. He gives grace to the humble. So he's like, yeah, I might have to come over there and do some work. But if I see the humble, I recognize them by how they're dressed. I recognize the humble. They're marked up. They're dressed up. They're in clothes of righteousness. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yah, that he might exalt you in due time. You know, like Noah and his family, they got exalted, they got lifted up, didn't they? Right? Water, wind, chaos, and they got lifted up. That's what the Hebrew word nasa. They got carried up, they got lifted up. Right? Not NASA, like outer space mess, but nasa, to be born up, to be bared up. So Yah will lift up the humble at the right time. It's on a credit card. Just keep just swiping and that ain't how you do it. He said, look, you can't afford that. I got you. Ain't big stuff. Big stuff. Hey, don't go that way. Go that way.
Amen.
Earthquake happened. Bridge out. See, that's how y'all gonna do it. That's how the saints gonna be preserved. Because he gonna do what he gotta do now. Look, this country's 243 years old. A lot of explanation to do. Right? You ain't been checked by nobody. You lie on everything. You steal everything. You're a robber. And don't think you're supposed to be. Don't worry about it. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. So this is the relationship, right? So I have to. Let's talk about telling the kids the other day. Telling the kids the other day. Like, y'all, look, y'all singing Friday. I don't care what you say. They had to sing a song. Huh? You want to sing? I ain't sure. You don't show up, that video game gone. You try me, you want to. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I drop the mic. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all gonna be here tomorrow. Y'all gonna be here tomorrow. And y'all singing tomorrow too. Folks and spend all this money on y'all and try to do all this stuff for y'all for this little teenager program. You gonna be here. You better, I don't care if you get up there and mumble rap. I don't care what you do. You got about 15 minutes. You go up there, we get it done, we get it out. Give and take. Ain't always about taking. You cannot be like that. People do stuff, you gotta give stuff back. They want to see you do something. You gonna do something. Don't be here tomorrow, see what happens. There will not be a TV and a PlayStation over there. I bet you that. Try me. Try pull my card you want to. It will not be here. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's been a good teacher, though. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good teacher. Y'all always teaching. The power of the dollar. Going back to the dollar really quick. I probably missed that slide. The dollar is our currency, but it's your problem. That's what John Connolly, the U.S. Treasury, said to the foreign financiers in 1971. Your boy, President Nixon, I don't give a yeek about the IRA, the Italian currency, back in 1972. So the American dollar controls a lot of the globe. The thing is, when they are tired of America, they said, we don't need your muscle no more, whoever they is. We don't need your money no more. That's why I've been telling them kids, hey, y'all need to Google Venezuela. 13, 14, 15-year-old kids in Venezuela and Sudan.
Right.
But you know what's interesting about America? How can this nation be great? I'm trying to understand. How can you be great? How? With your hands so bloody. I'm just trying to understand. Y'all told David, a man of his own heart, I love you, my dude, but bloody hands. You can't build me no house. Your boy can, but you can't. Your hands bloody. So if the book is saying all these things about the end time, but we have the word on the street is we're headed there, we're going there, and the attitude's like, yes, we're back, we're America great, and your hands bloody. You can't really wash your hands. Except for more blood. But your hands is blood. So how? How? Something don't sound right. Proverbs 21. So if everybody is, what's that passage? Is it Second Thessalonians or First Thessalonians?
2 Thessalonians 3 that he was sending strong delusion on those.
No, not that one. I'm gonna say that one later for you. The one where everybody is saying that it's good. When they say peace is war. It's chaos. It's one of them two. Somebody help me out. Somebody fact check that for me, please. I'll tell y'all Proverbs 21 and 1. Get there. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yah, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. The king's heart is in the hands of Yah, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of man is right in his own eyes, but Yah pondereth the heart. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to Yah than sacrifice. To do justice and judgment. This chapter started off talking about the king, the leader. He said his heart, their heart is in his hand. He can change it like the way the water flowing down the channel. Verse 3, to do justice and judgment is more acceptable to Yah than sacrifice. A high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of wicked is sin. I'm just trying to understand how it's going to be great again. There's so much blood on your hands. I'm just trying to understand, America. Lady Liberty, help me out. No, I'm slow. Your boy is slow. I don't get it. Verse 5, the thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteous, but of every one that is hasty only to want. The getting of treasure by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. Brother, can you give me Daniel in the back? Aaron, give me 2 and 21. You give me Romans 13 and 1.
You said what?
Daniel 2 and 21.
By the way, that other one was Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 5.
Go ahead and read that right quick. Thank you, sir. Go ahead and read that too.
But when they say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction comes upon them as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape.
So when they say peace and say everything good, but the country, it's going to be great again. It's going to be awesome again, right? I mean, that's what he said. That's what everybody's saying. That was 1 Thessalonians 5?
Yeah, 5, 3, and 5 and 3.
Read it one more time.
For when they say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction comes upon them as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape. I
know what that's like, because I done been through that 3 times. Not physically giving it, but I done seen it. When them labor pains hit, things hit. There's no playing around. So that's how swift sudden destruction gonna be. So how many they should be? That's where we're headed.
Daniel 2 and
21.
Daniel 2 and 21. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes sovereigns and raises up sovereigns.
He does what?
He removes sovereigns and raises up sovereigns.
He raised them up.
Yep.
He put them there. It's his will.
Yes, sir.
It's his plan. It's the destiny. Go ahead.
He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who possess understanding.
So every leader is there for a reason. I'm telling you now, he played big boy chess. Go ahead, brother.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of Yah. The powers that be are ordained of Yah.
The what now?
The powers that be.
The powers that be
are ordained of Yah.
So like, when somebody said, man, somebody got ordained. So Yah put leaders there for a reason. For a reason. Proverbs 6. Have mercy. Proverbs 6.
What was that?
Proverbs 6, 14. What he read? He read Romans 13 and 1. That was Romans. That was Daniel 2 and 21. What Brother Aaron wrote, and then Romans 13 and 1. What Brother Shadra read. I mean, I said wrote. Read. So I was like, man, that brother said he wrote the scripture. No, I did what he read. What he read. So, but we see that our leaders are there for a reason, particularly in the end time. Yah put them there because they're going to fulfill a certain plan that we just might not be cognizant of. Okay? Proverbs 6 and 14. Forwardness is in the heart. He devised mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall the calamity come suddenly. Suddenly he shall be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth Yah hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked imagination, feet that be swift and run into mischief. You know, like how we over in the Persian Gulf right now, but we ain't going over there to help nobody. When we went over there to Syria, we got that alert on that Friday night, 11 or something at night, and dropped about 70 bombs over there. Let them things go. About 70 bombs right quick. Dropped the Moab bomb, mother of all bombs. Hey, going over there quick, running to mischief. We going to help. They over there gassing people. That's crazy. Because y'all was poisoning people here. Right. You still is. Who done came over though? That's okay. Remember, when that iniquity comes, like the angel said, hey, get up out of here. You're gonna be consumed in the iniquity. A false witness that speaketh lies, he that soweth discord among brethren. Jeremiah 5. I'm sorry, Jeremiah 50. Have mercy. 45 chapters off. Not a biggie. Jeremiah 50. '29. Jeremiah 50 and 29. Hallelujah, never get there. Jeremiah 50 and 29. And it reads, call together the archers against Babylon. Call together the archers against Babylon. All you that bend the bow. All you that can fight. Gather them together. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work. According to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she has been proud against Yah, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yah. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yah Elohim of hosts. For the day is come, the time that I will visit thee. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit. Once again, Most High ain't going to come and just ask, hey, y'all need some more sugar for that Kool-Aid. That's not what he's going to do. He's coming to put in work. Thus saith Yah of Zebaoth, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahuwah Zebaoth is his name. When we see that host at Zebaoth, it could be an army, it could be stars, it could be angels. Zebaoth. He is the leader of everything. So when he put on his war clothes, like that old Master P music, I mean, it's going down. There's no getting around this. Butt whooping. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. So if Yah is willing to go this hard, because the Babylonians got hammered. The Medo-Persian Empire hammered them, and it was swift. They came in through water channels. You know, we got this great water system. The water, they came in through the water. That's what the 8 wonders, 7 wonders. The hanging guards of Babylon. He said it'll never be again. One reason why Saddam Hussein had to fall is he wanted to rebuild the hanging guards of Babylon. So who he used? America and a coalition of nations. So you will not rise. Y'all be playing big boy chess. Okay. So words can seal our fate. Words can seal our fate. I think somebody mentioned 9/11 today, didn't they? Somebody mentioned 9/11 today
Yes.
in Torah class? I didn't.
It's about,
I'm going to grab it right quick. Might be in the thing. Might get in the camera. Oh, just show your beauty, baby. This it?
Yes.
Good catch. I knew it. Somebody mentioned 9/11, September 11th.
It, when I caught it,
Oh, something else. I wonder what it was.
let's see.
It is pain, sorrow, anger, and resolve that I stand before this Senate, a symbol for 212 years of the strength of our democracy, and say that America will emerge from this tragedy
Listen closely.
as we have emerged from all adversity, united and strong. The America in which we woke today is far different from the one in which we woke yesterday. This morning, as our rescue workers and medical personnel continue their heroic work, we begin to truly understand the enormity of what happened. My heart aches for the people of New York, our men and women serving at the Pentagon, the passengers and crew of the 4 hijacked aircraft, and for their families and friends. These attacks were an assault on our people and on our freedom. They aimed at the heart of the American community and the symbols and structures of our economic and military strength. As an American, as an elected representative, I am outraged. As a husband and a father, I am pained beyond words. Last night we sent a message to the world that even in the face of such cowardly and heinous acts, the doors of democracy will not close. This joint resolution we lay down today condemns yesterday's attacks, expresses our sympathy for the victims, and our support for the President as our Commander-in-Chief. The world should know that the members of both parties in both houses stand united in this. The full resources of our government will be brought to bear in aiding the search and rescue, and in hunting down those responsible and those who may have aided or harbored them. Nothing can replace the losses of those that have suffered. I know that there is only the smallest measure of inspiration that can be taken from this devastation. But there is a passage in the Bible from Isaiah that I think speaks to all of us at times like this. The bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with dressed stone. The fig trees have been felled, but we will replace them with cedars. That is what we will do. We will rebuild, and we will recover, people of America will stand strong together because the people of America have always stood together. And those of us privileged to serve this great nation will stand with you. God bless the people of America. I yield the floor.
9/12/2001, so one day after. He quoted Isaiah 9 and 10. So we're going to go to the book of Isaiah. We're going to start verse 8. Okay. We're going to be in verse 8. And you heard him say it.
Oh my goodness.
And you heard what he said.
Yes, sir.
You heard it. This is in your era. So this is why we're in trouble. Like a day on Friday. We're in trouble. Isaiah 9th chapter 8, and it reads, Yah has sent a word unto Jacob, and have lighted upon Israel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim and inhabitant of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, we will change them into cedars. Therefore, Yah shall set up the adversaries of Rezin against him, and join his enemies together. The Syrians before, and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with an open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek Yah of Zephaot. Therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head. And the prophet that teacheth lies, he is the tail. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. They that are led of them, they that are led of them, they that are led of them are destroyed. I can make it up. So I had to go through all the other stuff just to get there right there. That was what, 18 years ago? 17 years ago? And he literally quoted Isaiah 9 and 10, but had no clue that when he spoke those words, that they would testify to your face. Whoo! Happy birthday, America. This is for you. But see, when you ain't got no man Elohim around, when you ain't got nobody to try to explain, she'll say, no, I wouldn't say that if I was you. No. I mean, look, there might have been one righteous man in there like, no, don't say that. But he said it with pride. He said it with pride, too. Thank you, brother. You heard your father. He heard my call. Is that not? And, but look, it said in verse, so Yah's going to get nations to collaborate together to fight Israel or Ephraim. A lot of Israelites over here. There's a lot of wickedness over here too. It's a lot of this whole nation. In the beginning said, hey, I do. I mean, he even said it, may God bless us. He is, brother. He is. He'll give you exactly what you need. To the last drop. I was taking my auntie back a couple weeks ago, and we was talking about castor oil. You're in that era of having to take castor oil for medicine. That is the worst thing on the face of this planet. It's awful. I want to give it to the enemy. You want to interrogate somebody? Tie them in a chair. Hold their head back. Give them Bob castor oil. They'll tell you whatever you want to know. He ran over there, he jumped over a fence, and he threw the dead body in the ditch. You want to get somebody out of a terrorist? I don't know who defines a terrorist no more. Every time I turn, they got somebody about my heart, Alkabu. I'm like, but man, what about you though? You're the one whose hands is blood. Every time I turn around, you lying. But anyway, so now we're going to go to 2012. It's a report. It's what President Obama said years later. Obama at Ground Zero. We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger. New York City, Thursday, President Obama had the chance to inscribe the beam to be placed on top of One Freedom Tower. The skyscraper designed to replace the fallen Twin Towers in Lower Manhattan is set to reach a maximum height of 1,776, like the year, I guess, 1776. We remember, we build, we come back stronger. Barack Obama signed on the beam. He was joined by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who all remember Chris Christie, the big fellow, Governor of New Jersey, and First Lady Michelle Obama. All four signed the beam. What sticks out when you see that? Besides the big old flag.
One.
Yeah, sorry, I went too fast. One World Trade. That's the beam they signed. It's 1,776 feet high. They signed it. But the book said they're gonna be proud in their heart. We're gonna rebuild. We'll get some better material. Trump. I'm a nationalist and a globalist. That's why you can't trust him. Now you got all these conservatives and Christians.
Yeah.
Nationalism, patriotism, America. You're a globalist. You gotta be to sit in that seat. If not, they put a bullet in your head. That's JFK. John F. Kennedy. Abraham Lincoln. They put a bullet. This game is deep. They put a bullet in your head. Ronald Reagan went out like he cool. We'll kill you too. On the eve of 100 days, President Donald Trump claims he is a nationalist and globalist, despite campaign promises that his presidency would reject globalism and put America first. For some reason, I could not find the Wall Street Journal article on that. I couldn't find any video of this. More like this got wiped off the web. We played this before for some of y'all, but you remember our boy Jack Ma, Alibaba Group.
I think globalization cannot be stopped. Nobody can stop globalization. Nobody can stop trade. And I believe if trade stops, war starts. Trade is the way to solve to dissolve the war, not to cause the wars. I think globalization did a fantastic job in the past 30 years. Enriched a lot of countries, but of course caused a lot of problems, right? Young people did not have opportunities. Small business have not opportunities. Developing countries were neglected. But it's only 30 years. It's a baby. It's a growth. You have to improve it. If you do not improve it, then you kill it. It's easy. Most of the time, to kill something is much easy. So my belief, it's our generation's job. Today, we have a better technology. We have a better knowledge about globalization. And it's our generation's responsibility or opportunity to improve it. Tell me, how can you stop globalization?
So this is where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. The Bible tells us about someone having the authority and power to rule the entire earth. So apparently all of the globe will be under one common construct. We just heard one of the richest men in the globe of the Alibaba Group say, no one can stop globalization. And he read Daniel 2:21, and he read Romans 13:1, that y'all put leaders in position for this to happen. So when he show out, it's going to be big. But before he show out, I want you to get all your, ain't that what he say in Joel? He said, I want you, all you kings, all you, get your folks down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Turn your plowshares to weapons of war, the spirit. Come on down. I'm going to give you time to get your weapons together, and I'm going to come holler at you. I'm going to plead for my people one more time. Now I'm going to open the can of whoop you know what. So we're headed somewhere that we might not be here, but all them little short-legged people in there. And our youngest people, couples in there, y'all will probably be some old heads then. You have to carry on the fight. Carry on the gospel. He said, globalization, you ain't gonna stop. He said, look, it's been in work for 30 years. Mm-hmm. He said, can you imagine in 20 more years, 30 more years? So you have to know your role. You gotta shut your mouth. Something we talked about last week, Genesis 9:27. Yah shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Let Canaan be their servant. Mm-hmm. So the enlargement of Japheth, right? Well, that was that patah. Yah did it, right? Remember that to enlarge, patah, enlargement, to be open, spacious, something. To make open, more important, to be simple-minded, entice, deceive, or persuade. So Yah persuaded the descendants of Japheth to dwell in the tents of Shem. He deceived them to be like Shem. Yah did. Okay? So we have to understand that there are people or nations that have taken the book. Yah has put them in a position, and you have to be held to the same standard. The original, who the narrative was written about at the beginning, you have to be held to the same standard. That's why when he quotes Isaiah 9 and 9, 9 and 10, this whole book he's talking about Israel. But since you've been enlarged and you're now in tents, you're cloaked like Shem, you have this book, you said I do. You guys stick to my brother was talking about the covenant. Because if not, I'm going to hold my part whether you obey or disobey. That's why I say it's going to be testified right to your face. Now I'm going to get all these nations together to come knock on your door. I'm going to get them all together. I'm not a supporter of him, but we talked about something last week about being, help me, emancipate, right? So just a quick review what we talked about last week, about the Emancipation Proclamation.
And we confuse the words liberty with freedom. Liberty and freedom are not the same. White people have freedom. Black people have liberty. Freedom is the ability to make decisions without external control. Liberty is the ability to make decisions because an external control gave you the privilege. Do you see the difference? One of them, you got people doing what they want to do. The other, you can do what you want to do within these constraints because we still own you. That's exactly why Abraham Lincoln emancipated the slaves. Emancipation simply means to let go from bondage. It also means a transference of ownership from the individual to the state. They never eliminated slavery. They just transformed it.
So we talked about that last week about the transfer, being transferred. So this country and everything about this country, technically a lot of things like you're really not included. And it's okay. It's okay. Because Yah put into the sense of Japheth's mind, he deceived him to be in the tents of Shem, to be like Shem, here, you take the forefront of this book. And when you base your country with this book and your laws, and you go against everything you've said, the book has a unique history to it. And every time the people of Israel committed to God or recommitted, they were blessed. But every time they went south, they went wayward. They did something they weren't supposed to do. There was a time of repentance. To repent, he sent the prophets. He sent the prophets. He would rise up a mighty one. He would do something. And they might change. But when they would not change, punishment came. The iniquity, right? The punishment, the actual being consumed of the iniquity. It happened. Therefore, this country, this is for you. And all you got to do is repent. But you're probably not. It's not in your heart right now. This is part of Yah's plan. It's part of his plan. Let's turn to Ezekiel, about to wrap up. Ezekiel 14. Like I said, I'm not Umar Johnson, whatever. Just that topic right there on freedom and liberty. He explained it excellent. That was excellent. And I just wanted to bring that out because when the public view of this country, you are kind of off to the side. And it's okay. It is okay. It is okay. Nothing wrong with it. Ezekiel 14 and 9. Ezekiel 14 and 9. The side note to that, though, is that you can't be like this country. You can't partake in what they partake in. And you got to be found as a saint. It's one that's a deck, right? That's how you got to be. You got to be found as a righteous one. Okay, there's been plenty of Israelites in captivity in different places, and they followed the rules and survived and lived a good, prosperous life and was not part of that nation or their activities. If the 14 and 9, if the prophet be deceived when he's spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and destroy him from the midst of my people. I'm going to stop right there. Brother, will now give me that 2 Thessalonians 9, 2 through 12. And then, brother, you give me 1 Kings 21. 21, give me 23. Everybody else will just hang tight in Ezekiel.
2 Thessalonians 9, 2 through 9.
9 through 12.
The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power and signs and wonders of falsehood, and with all deceit of unrighteousness in those perishing, because they did not receive the love of the truth in order for them to be saved. And for this reason, Elohim sends them a working of delusion, for them to believe the falsehood, in order that all should be judged who did not believe the truth, but have delighted in the unrighteousness.
That they would believe a lie. And I'll tell you something. King James, they put some umph on that 12th verse, so that they all might be damned who believe not the truth. That puts a stronger than being judged. For this cause God shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth. You can take that a lot of different ways, but that's what the book said. Thank you. Go ahead, brother.
And Ahab said to Elijah, Hast thou found me, O mine enemy? And he answered, I have found thee.
22, I'm sorry. 1 Kings 22, 22 to 23.
22, okay. And Yahweh said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this matter, and another said on that matter.
You hear that? So you got the angels up in heaven having a debate on who gonna get Ahab to Ramoth Gilead that he may die. Go ahead.
And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahuwah and said, I will persuade him. And Yahuwah said unto him, Wherewith?
He said, how? What you gonna do? Go ahead.
And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth.
What? You gonna be a what?
A lying spirit.
Ooh.
In the mouth of all his prophets.
Ooh.
And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
So he said, I got a plan. I'll go be a lying spirit in all his prophets. Y'all said, okay. He said, you will, and you're going to prevail. Go. Now, who going to stop that? You won't believe this. They have died, didn't they? Next chapter, he died. And that prophet got hit upside his head. And they asked him, which way did that come from, prophesy that. But you won't believe it. Somebody else too, didn't they? Somebody else got arrested, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right after the Pesach, somebody else got arrested. They hit him upside his head and said, which way did that come from? That's why he tell you in this book now, it's written to me now. That ain't the point for today, but I was like always pulling that out. So back to 14 and 9, we had them two great verses. And if Ezekiel 14 and 9, if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, Lord, have deceived that prophet. It don't matter if we're looking at in 2 Thessalonians or 1 Kings. He said, I did it. I shall stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. They shall bear their punishment of their iniquity. They shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. Cash out time. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him, that the whole house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with all their transgressions, that they may be my people, that I may be their God, saith the Lord God. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it. I will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off the man and beast from it. You know what's interesting is that if the United States of America had anything to do with the chaos in Venezuela and they're not having any food and any money, and there's a famine, I wonder if that's part of the pot that y'all got brewing for us. I'm just saying. We put nations on economic restrictions all the time. United States and Israel run the UN. They get whatever they want passed. So I'm just curious if all these things we do, if they're true, I wonder if that's part of the testifying back to your face thing. That's pretty heavy. Because you live here. I live here too. So many thousands of miles south from here, they ain't got no food. Go in the grocery store, ain't nothing there. People eating out of garbage cans. Fighting, killing, robbing. You know how them folks ain't got nothing. You know how people do. I got to feed my baby.
Yep.
I wonder if we had anything to do. I wonder if y'all would just recompense upon your own head what you did to somebody. I mean, that's not how God do stuff. He ain't like that, you know. Oh, he's just. He has his balance is just, right? Just read 14 through. Just read the whole chapter for your own self. Yeah, let's read that for yourself. So remember the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and so many things are entangled or entitled to Scripture. Once again, you said so. But now we have this extreme patriotism. Extreme. Okay? And that patriotism, it kind of overrules the divine law of what? Love. It's not even like, it's just, you're a terrorist. Go back across the border. White lives, just crazy stuff. It is so far, it's so crazy now. It goes over the law of love. So we talked about this before, about the talebearers. I went too far. Ezekiel 7, my bad. Went too far. So I'll leave that there. Ezekiel 7. Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the Lord came to me, saying, Thou son of man, thus saith the Lord God unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, will recompense upon thee all thine. Now, it's interesting he says the four corners, because when you think about America, during certain parts of the year, the East Coast gets hammered with what? Water. Flooded. Hurricanes. And on the other side, on the West Coast, they get hammered with what? Fire. Now, earthquakes. So that covers two sides. I wonder about that Canadian border and then our southern border. Because it's amazing when you always try to say, we got to protect the border, we got to protect the border. All it lets me know is that y'all going to use that border for his own will doing. And that would be just what the book says, all four corners of the land. America, this is for you. Verse 3, Now the end is come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. Uh-oh. I will recompense on you everything you've done. Remember, you live here. Like, it's amazing I hear a lot of teachers teach on stuff like that. They're going to get what they want. Y'all going to kill you. But what about you, though, brother? Will you be saved? And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yah. Thus saith the Lord God, and evil, and only an evil, behold, is come. The end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is coming to thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now I will surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee. I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abominations. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways. It's very important. We had to go through all that stuff to get to that right there. I'm going to pour out on you what you have done to others. And all your abominations, all the stuff you do. I'm going to pour right back on you. So all things in the law about thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not do, all that's going to be poured back out. Because you agreed. You based your country off this book. While you had the people of the book. Never mind. Don't worry about it. He'll prove it. Don't worry about it. Where I stop at 9. And my anger shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee. Ye shall know that I am Yah that smiteth. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod hath blossomed. A pride hath budded. That kind of makes that Proverbs a little more potent, right? Pride before the fall. Isaiah 16:5. That'll be our last verse to read. A couple slides. I went over. But there's been plenty of penalties today because a lot of folks been on their phone. There was a little thing going on with me today on was this week. Y'all had stuff about me on Facebook. I saw that. I had that post. It's 15 minutes. 15. I get an extra 15 minutes or so. I brought my whistle. Some of y'all folks on the phone. I saw you on the phone. Some folks on the phone, so I got extra time today. Y'all try to clown. I said, all right, I got you back. I clap back. Clap back. I clap back.
Scriptures, what?
They tried to clown me this week. They had a funny little picture about
that was Nina. She gone.
Yeah. That's why I was waiting. I was like, that was with her too. Yeah, that was. They had a referee saying, extra 15 minutes for the message because you're on your phone, and then people started tagging and had little things to say. So I got you. I got you. So Isaiah 16, that's all right. Oh, that's all right. Bursting full of joy. That's all right. Isaiah 16:5. Isaiah 16:5. And in mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in the truth of the tabernacle and day of David, judging and seeking judgment and hastening to righteousness. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He's very proud, even of his haughtiness and his pride, and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so. Therefore shall Moab howl for Moab. Everyone shall howl for the foundations of Kirasheth shall ye mourn, surely they are stricken. So even other nations in their pride, when you get to a certain point, y'all gotta come holler at you. We're talking about Moab.
For what you've done to his people. He says it all over the place.
I'm just saying, just in general, just national pride. So Moab, and just other nations, when they get to a certain point. So when we look at to where we're at today, our energy, and it's just like, okay, it's just piling up, and the pride will be this last blow. Probably long overdue. Proverbs 18:8, the words of the tail. We talked about this before. The tail bearer are as wounds that go down to the innermost parts of the belly. Proverbs 18:8, and that tail bearer that is near gone, and it means to roll to pieces, murmur, whisper, chatter. Calumniator. And that means to utter maliciously false statements, charges, or imputations about, to injure the reputation of somebody. And as we talk about the lies that have been told about us and our heritage, that have been told by talebearers, as the scriptures would call them. And then when it says, I think the text said that the talebearer, that their wounds are as wounds and they go down to the innermost parts of the belly. And the belly is the beten, the womb, but the hollow, the inside, the depths or seat of hunger, the seat of the mind. So the talebearer destroys the mind of whoever's being afflicted. Okay, so that's just another charge that the talebearer is going to have to deal with. But we, the people who's being lied on or having their reputation destroyed, you can't act how they're telling you to act. So we showed them clips earlier about people being gay or people being in gangs or people being thugs or being thoughts or whatever the thing is. Don't do that. Right? That's the talebearer getting inside the seat of your mind. Why will you listen to a liar who's a thief and a robber and a murderer with bloody hands? And if you follow him, the book said you're going to get got too. Blessed is the man, Psalms 40:4, that maketh the Lord his trust.
Hallelujah.
And respect not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Okay? Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respect not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Okay? So that's our finishing on Independence Day, part 2. There's the part 1 I think is up. I think brother got it taken care of. Part 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so brother, he be
Actually,
on that. Okay.
that
well,
will get done.
He will. So part 1. I was just about to give him a compliment, but look, he stopped before I lied on him. That's right. He said, "No, brother, don't be no talebearer." So he will get that up. So part 1, and he'll probably help you follow along in the 2. But these are serious things. Obviously, we were all alive when 2001 happened. September 11th, and the fact that certain things were said, and they were quoted scripture, but not realizing that the scripture going to testify to their own face, and that Yah had already had it planned out. That I don't know how he, sent a messenger, and where he said, I say, God intended, but you get up and speak. And then brother went up and started quoting scripture like he was, just like, yeah. Bible verse says, and they had no clue. They didn't have to know what the rest of the chapter was talking about. And it's like you sitting there saying it, and then you talking to yourself. So I say all that, and I know people teach on that stuff, but they try to make it seem like y'all gonna do all this stuff. You just no. You gotta be right. So he was very clear when he sent that line through there. That line coming through the kill now. So you gotta have that mark on you. You gotta be dressed in humility, right? That was that 1 Peter 5th chapter. Got to be clothed in humility. And once again, he did it for Lot. He's done it for plenty others. He done came through and saved. And as he was doing some work, he going to do some work here. It's long overdue. But it's more about people repenting, and living a life that's accordance to where you can attain grace. That's grace. And whatever he got to do, that you're spared. So we had, I know we went a little bit longer. We had to, just to make sense that like I'm going to repay you what you do. If you take my book, you take my word, and you attach yourself to it, and you go contrary to it, I gotta come see you. That's real simple. And if you live in that land, I gotta know you. I gotta know you. So there's a website, email, all our Facebook stuff, prayer lines, Wednesday night Bible study at 8:30 on Facebook Live on Restoring the Branches. So that's all our stuff. Hey, it's getting real out there. So all praise to the Most High for the word, for the inspiration, for connecting the scriptures for us, and with time, where we at today. That's important for us, because if it ain't us, then it'll be that next era or that next era, and we just gotta keep plugging along and know that Yah will not be still forever, and that He's gonna move. And if our forefathers thought it was gonna happen in their day, then we need to be living like it's gonna happen in our day. And woe to us if we caught slipping. Then y'all talk about pulling your skirt up and exposing all the wickedness. So y'all getting ready to pull up some skirts And he ain't got to do too much pulling because these skirts are short as I don't know what. Anyway, shalom.
So,